Hey, what's up you guys? It's Kyle, and in this video I wanted to talk a little bit about what just happened with Tesla stock and what's going on with the company and why I think it is extremely bullish for a certain asset, and we'll get into that later.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
I have been gone for a while and I am back now. Some of you may realize that I have a different backdrop behind me. I've never been in the space, so we recently moved into a new property, a new building, and we have an apartment that is somewhat close, but it's taken me a long time to get adjusted and just took off a little bit. So I'm back now, getting everything set up, gonna kick off this channel really good, so stay tuned for a lot of great content. I'm also going to be starting a new podcast, so take a look out for that. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm on there, pretty active daily, so you can be a part of it as well on there. And if you have not done so yet, please subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll get notifications every time I post a new video, and you can come chime in, leave comments, and do whatever else you want to do on there. So let's get into it, guys. First of all, there's something major that just happened. So let's rewind a couple months back. Now, Cathie Wood had put out a figure that she called for Tesla stock to be at about 1,700 easily by 2024. So this was when Tesla was trading around 600, 700, and this is after, of course, the stock split. So it would have been around 4,000 or so at that time, adjusted for that, but it's trading around 600 or 700 or so. So I put in a call at this time for a $1,700 Tesla call for the Tesla 1,700 strike. I don't even play calls that much, but for 2023. Now, everyone knows Tesla just had this complete insane run up, and part of it mostly was because of the Hertz deal that was signed, or was actually not signed, was supposedly the deal that happened, but then Elon had made a comment about how he had not actually signed it. Of course, he always tries to tank his own stock, but that's another, we'll talk about that another time. So anyway, it has this incredible run up. First of all, I'm down like 50% in this call. I have a couple calls, which if you don't know about that, one contract is to 100 shares, and you buy them at a discounted price and hope that goes up. So I'm down about 50% on my bet basically at this time. I wouldn't even call it an investment, because call options and put options are just basically bets. You're trying to figure it's going to be at a price by a certain time, and if it doesn't hit that, then you lose all your money, and there's no waiting around to hope it goes up again. So anyway, I'm down about 50%, and then this news comes out, and all of a sudden, within a couple days, I'm back up and in the green again. So I let it ride up about 3 or 4 days in a row, and everyone knows the stock can just not keep going up and up and up and up. Some people do. They think it'll go up forever, but I just know, I've been in the game long enough, it's not going to go up forever. So anyway, what just happened? So they have this Hertz deal that supposedly happened. Now, it's big news. They're getting more profitable year over year. They're selling more. So, of course, investors are going to run to this. And they think Elon, there's such a following for Elon. Now, what just happened, though, on Friday is the major news that we need to discuss, because Elon's brother, now I'm not conspiracy, guy, but it just lines up. When the dots line up, it's like, hey, this is obvious. So, I'm not one to point fingers, I'm not one to put blame. I'm not saying this is actually what happened about any insider trading, but when you kind of just look at it for what it is, Elon's brother sold $109 million worth of shares on Friday, this past Friday. And what just happened after this complete run up of Tesla stock, where I had sold out to, I'd sold around the $1,000 mark, and it went up to 1,200, and I thought I sold too early, but you can't keep running up that much. So I ended up selling out for a good profit, as normal people would when it runs up that high. So he goes to sell 109 million on Friday, though, at its peak, after hours. I think they were putting around like 5 o'clock or so. Now, Elon puts out this tweet that we need to talk about. This tweet. The tweet, and this is the genius of this guy. He knows that if he were to just sell $25 billion worth of stock, he's going to be looked at as the bad guy. So he puts out this tweet about capital gains and the unrealized capital gains that are in discussion, and takes a poll. Now, why is this so genius? Because if he would have just sold out $25 billion worth of stock, and the stock would have tanked, because that's a lot of selling pressure on a day or a couple days volume of Tesla. If he would have just put that out there and its stock tanked, he would have looked at like the worst villain of villains. He would have been like crucified. But no, instead, the genius puts out a poll on Twitter, knowing that people are going to tell him to sell his stock. He puts out he puts out a poll asking if he should sell $25 billion worth of stock because of the unrealized capital gains talks and of tax avoidance. So he goes to Twitter to ask. So what does this do? Of course everyone's going to tell him to sell, right? Everybody wants him to sell and pay his taxes like he should. So now he's doing what the people have said, what the people have spoken. And he even makes another tweet saying that he will abide by the rules of this no matter what the results are. Now he's selling. What is that going to do to Tesla's stock price? That is immense selling pressure on Tesla's stock, and it's going to drop drastically, which we've just realized today. I think it's down around 9% or so down. Now, will say that I did kind of a genius thing also after I sold my stock for the gains. I put out a put, which if you don't know what a put is, it's basically just saying that, you know, if a stock is 1,200 and it just ran up from 700 to 1,200, I think it's probably going to have a little correction at some point, maybe go down, you know, to 1,000 or so. So I put in a put for November 19th that it would be around 1,000. Well, I'm already up on that. I was losing money because it just kept going up days after I put that in, but then it finally came down again. So now I'm in the green for that again. And I think I'm going to hold on because I think it has a little bit more room to come down. But anyway, that was just two good timing issues I had with this put and call options. But anyway, so he does this. Now, okay, so that happened, right? Elon's looked at as a genius. He's looked at as, you know, a good guy still. He's still good in the eyes of the public. But really, come on. His brother sells $109 million worth of shares on Friday. He puts out that poll, and now, boom. He's looked at as the good guy that sold. Now, what do I think he's going to do, and what do we need to talk about is Michael Saylor's response about putting that $25 billion into Bitcoin. I think that's absolutely what's going to happen. I can't guarantee anything, but I think it's extremely bullish for the Bitcoin and crypto space in general, which we're in the middle of a bull run at this moment. So not only that, I think we're just on an immense run up for these next couple months, and we might extend into 2022, whereas historically it ended the bull run at December, early January. I think we could fly right into the first quarter of 2022, and this is extremely bullish for Bitcoin and that whole crypto asset class. So I'm looking forward what's going to happen. I think Tesla stock definitely has some room more to drop here, but man, that 25 billion, if you're going, he's been touting that there's been inflation coming and there's inflation worries and inflation fears. So what is he going to do? I would have to say that I think this 25 billion that's being sold, which he's going to do because he abides by the rules of the Twitter poll, are going to flow right into the Bitcoin space. And you'll see Tesla accepting Bitcoin payments again in the future very soon. And the whole space is just going to keep running up, and it's going to be a huge, it's a huge catalyst for this bull market. So that's my thoughts. Please leave a comment below. I want to know what you think, but I don't know. It's some crazy stuff going on there, and I think there's got to be some insider trading on that thing happening. But anyway, guys, if you have not done so, please leave a comment below. Also, smash the like button on this video if you like the content and you want me to keep coming back, because I'm going to keep making videos. And tell me what you want to see and do a video on, because I'd love to do it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Talk to you guys soon.